Hello everybody, I am Samuel15 the Dragon Tim here today. And welcome to Pokemon TCG Online Expanded Deck Monday, where each and every single week we take a look at a deck from the expanded format. It usually has something to do with dragons because, well, I am the Dragon Tamer, hence the name. And we have fun with it. Usually it's a slightly kind of more random deck. It's not necessarily a one more tier decks. Then again, there's no real such thing as tier and expanded. And for those of you who do not know what expanded is yet, expanded is basically a it's black and white forward. So every set, black and white set, and every XY set up to this point is legal in this format. That's pretty much the difference between expanded and standard. But when does expanded usually come around? You usually see it like at like when like top 32 or like a regionals or like league challenge. I heard even a couple cities did a few expanded formats, which is a shame because I would have loved to go to one because I didn't. Anyway, this deck this week is a big old favorite of mine, and that is Flygon and Accelgor. I've never really played this in real life, but I just love playing it online, and this is one of my favorite decks, the expanded format. It's Flygon and Accelgor. The whole entire idea is use deck and cover, use the defending Pokemon is now poisoned, shuffle this Pokemon card set you into your deck, and you promote Flygon to do some extra damage with it. Now, this deck is fairly similar to Flygon Trevenant, but the difference is that instead of locking down your opponent's items, you're using Sand Slimmer ability. Anytime between turns, if this Pokemon is your active Pokemon, put 1 damage in each of your opponent's Pokemon, and then use Dust Noir to swap all that damage around and to get some pretty potential knockouts. So that's the whole entire idea of this deck. Now, this deck has gained like 1 or 2 things in the expanded format. One of the things is that the Accelgor is not even in the standard format, so you could use Palkia instead, which is kind of fun, but it's not really nearly as effective. It's nowhere near as effective. Another thing, but one of this deck, it also gains Level Ball in this format and Tropical Beach, which is basically what every Stage 2 deck misses. So, yeah, this is the Pokemon. We also play a Mewtwo, just in case we need to clean up a little bit, or in case we need an actual attacker. You do sometimes need an actual attacker in this deck, so that's why we have it. You can also run Mew EX instead, but I don't prefer not to play too many EXs. One of the benefits of playing Mew is that you can keep a Accelgor on the bench but at the same time you can use Mew without having to worry about shuffling into your deck, and Mew is a lot less to set up. And the cards are in the items. Play 3 Level Ball since we're playing. Let's see, Trapinch. I have 1 Vibrava, 3/1/3 line, and some Duskull and a Dust Noir. It gets basically everything except for Flygon and Dust Noir. So yeah, and of course Mewtwo, and we have Ultra Ball for those 2, for those 3 cards. Level Ball pretty much gets everything else. You can also play, I guess, Moona in this deck. Some people play a Moona Macharline, but I just prefer this. Try to get some consistency. I play 3 Rare Candy. I cut it down to 3 because we don't really need to rely. I was thinking of putting another Vibrava in, but I decided against it. Yeah, we also play Talon Map because in case we get some more unfortunate prizes, we can deal with that. We can get them out of the prizes. We play 1 Starlight Megaphone, 2 Max Potion, because more often than not, Flygon, you're not going to attack a Flygon, you're only going to be attacked with the Accelgor, so when the Flygon has enough damage on it, you can just Max Potion away. I was thinking maybe playing a 3rd, but there's no real reason to do so, I guess, because half the time you'll probably get one-shotted because it is only 140 HP. We play 2 VS Seeker. And then we play fairly standard support line, 2 Colress, 2 Lysander, 4 and 4 Juniper, standard stuff, and 3 Skyla. But we also play Trump Card. Now I was debating whether or not to put this in the deck or not, because normally during the late game you kind of like having a small deck so you can draw into your Accelgor and Shaman fairly easier, but you know, I decided against it ultimately. The reason I decided to do it because often during the beginning of the game, in the middle of the game, you have to discard stuff you don't necessarily want to discard, like Flygons, for example, or Dust Noir. You don't really want to get rid of those, or some of your DCE, and that can sometimes having a not so good hand can pretty much spell the end of the game for you fairly quickly. So that's why Trump Card is very good in this deck for getting a lot of stuff you discarded mid-game. Now I want you guys to remember, you don't really want to use this too much late game unless you are out of DCE. So that's the sole reason for Trump Card. We play 3 Beach as well because, you know, sometimes you may just want to sit there sometimes. Sometimes you really don't have an Accelgor, or sometimes you just don't feel like you need to knock something out, or you don't really necessarily want to knock something out. And you can just sit there and just fill up your hand, and because you do need a lot of cards. You really do. Play 3 float stones so we can have free retreat with Flygon, so we can constantly have a stream of Accelgors. And we play 4 DCE, and that's our only energy. I mean, I guess you suppose that you could play maybe a grass or a fighting energy. I see some people play some grass energy for some weird reason, but oh well. But yeah, this is the deck. I think that's just what a standard. I think this is a fairly standard vanilla list, I believe. No, I don't think there's anything weird. Maybe you should play another Colress because you do have often more times than not have a fairly full bench. Yeah, but this is the list. I think I like this list personally. Maybe you should play a heavy ball as well because you have a Shelmet that has 3 retreat costs and a Dust Noir. But I don't see that it would be that worth it. Maybe I should cut down to 1 Ultra Ball and to put another heavy ball. I don't know. But this is just the list I have as of right now. So yeah, that's the list. Spend enough time talking about it. I'll save the list. Accelgor Flygon. Maybe we should call it Accelgor Flygon Dust Noir or whatever. That's just strength and expanded. Alrighty. Now the one thing about this deck, about the expanded format, and it's been something I've been complaining about for a while. Something I really noticed a few days ago when I was just playing a bunch of expanded matches in a row is that you constantly end up fighting against random decks that are not good at all, or just like random decks that people just threw together, or just like glorified theme decks. But you know, it is a fun format. You're usually not going to face, say, a standard archetype deck like Parisian Genocide, Dark Ray, Voltol, anything along those lines. You're going to probably run into some other fairly fun decks. Now, I start with a Mewtwo and a Shelmet here, and I decided to have a Mewtwo up, and that's one of the good things with Mewtwo. It's a really good damage soaker. It's #1 thing here. Another thing I was actually debating on having instead of the 3 Skyla is the 3 Fan Club. But only getting 2 on the bench is not really that worth it to me since I do play 3 Level Ball and 2 Ultra Ball. In most cases I don't find oh, Battle Reporter. It's more of a, seems to be like a fun deck, I guess. It's something my opponent was able to throw together. Actually, this might actually be something that my opponent potentially made to make a Tornadus, Landerous, Thunderous deck. Maybe he has a Thunderous in there too, that'd be funny. Alright, I'm going to... I don't have a switch in here, sad as that is. I took a switch out, maybe that's something you can have. And I immediately noticed I prized a few freaking Shelmet. That's not great. This is not. This is really bad. I'm gonna take a shellmet now, right? Oh wait, I only prized hold on, I already have one out. Should have got a freaking. Oh well, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That is fine. Oh well. Eh. It is what it is, I guess. My opponent really didn't seem to get much off of that, but I think I'm still going to end here. I didn't get what I wanted off of that. I didn't really get too much of that. But I did get a tropical beach. I didn't get a float stone or anything, but I did get a tropical, or like a DC so I could attack. But I did get this. And this is honestly something I can't really complain too much about. Actually, I prefer to get a tropical beach over that, I know. My opponent puts down a Lucario, and I immediately decided that I'm probably going to want to keep this Mewtwo out for later. My opponent does have a fighting energy in this card, so my opponent will be able to Shadow Power and get a fighting onto the bench, which is good for him. I would suppose my opponent would try to get it onto Tornadus. That's what my opponent does. Opponent has the same number of cards in hand, so 60 damage. I have a full bench now. Yeah, I kind of wish I played 3, what's it gonna call it now, but oh well. I'm gonna put the DC here. Boo. I'm gonna put the DCE. Sometimes it's kind of hard to decide whether or not you want to attack with Mewtwo or you just want to build up a Shellman on the bench. I think I'm going to build up a Shellman on the bench. My opponent did not use a supporter, but I'm not really too worried about that. Sure, I might be getting a little bit cocky, but meh. What am I going to do here? I'm not really too worried about my opponent getting tools on his stuff this game, so I'm just going to get a Dusclops. I actually probably should have got a whatchamacallit, but whatever. That's fine, I guess. That was a waste of an Ultra Ball. I really should have got a Accelgor out. But meh, what are you gonna do? My opponent puts down a Trubbish. So I am a little bit worried right now about a Garbodor coming into play. But I'm not, honestly not too worried about that. Really not. My opponent decides to put down a tool on it. So my opponent will be able to effectively shut down the possibilities. I was not expecting my opponent to put down a Trubbish, but that's fine. My opponent decides to heal me. And now I have to discard cards until I only have 5 in hand. Well, that sucks. I'm going to get rid of Skylar. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to get rid of one more. So I'm guessing I have to get rid of the Dust Noir. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah. I think I'm going to be coming down with something. That sucks. My opponent might Shadow Power again, but I don't know. It's interesting to see what my opponent's going to do here. My opponent seems to be about trying to hit me for that perfect 120 each time my opponent can. Nah, I don't want to do that just yet. Max Potion. Let's see, yeah, I don't need Dust Noir just yet. I don't need him this turn. So I'm not going to try to get a rare candy. I'm going to get an N here. What would I... yeah, N. And I actually do get a fairly good hand. Let's see what's in there. Shellman into DCE. Ah, that's rough. You never want to see that. That is just brutal. Shelmets. Retreats. I don't need a tropical beach here. Back in cover. Promote the Flygon. You get 10 damage. You get 10 damage. Alright. The best part is here that I'm going to get another Accelgor and play it. Probably. The downside is that maybe I'm really afraid of my opponent getting a Trubbish this turn, to be honest. A Garbodor out. I do have ways of dealing with that. I really do. I can Lysander it up. That'd be fine. That would be fine. Opponent puts down strong energy. Opponent would need a switch to get out of here. But with this card, switch can't be affected by. Oh man. Really? A probably sparkling robe. Apparently that's a thing. Yeah, we're placing just kind of like more or less a random deck. Oh, I had a good hand. That's fine. That is fine. Actually, I still have a good hand. No, everyone puts up with the Garbodor. I don't have any DCE, as sad as that is. Oh, crud. So, opponent's going to be doing me at 60, and my ability is shut off. Great. That's great. Abilities are shut off, everything's shut off. I have no more DCE. You know what? I'm gonna trump card here. Yeah, I'm gonna trump card here. Get back my level balls, get back my trip pinch, get back my max potion, and get back my actually not getting anything back. Maybe I didn't need to do that. But retreating to the Mewtwo because Mewtwo's a better damage shulker, and hoping to get something of use to me, and I do not. Darn it. Plus side will be really hard for my opponent to hit me for 120. It's really hard to hit your opponent with 120, I would guesstimate, with the deck my opponent's using. My opponent uses Gold Potion, which hurts. Alright. The stuff that hurts this deck right now is the Gold Potion and the Sparkling Robe, but to be honest, you're not going to be facing that stuff too often. Another reason why I trumped card is because I wanted to get something back. Opponent decides to heal me again. Now my opponent will be able to hit me for 120. Is that thing fantastic that is. I'm going to get rid of the Lysander. And the Juniper? I'm going to get rid of the Duskull, actually. My opponent decides not to do anything else. My opponent would just have to do that. And my turn. I do not want to get rid of 2 rare candy. No, I do not. That's just no. I would have discarded if it was just 1 rare candy, but 2 rare candy, no. No, no, no. My max potion's gone, which sucks. I suppose I could deck and cover, but to what end, you know? I don't. Guess I could Mewtwo here? And I guess I could X-Ball here. I just hope I get, something next turn. You know, I'm gonna X-Ball here for 100. It is 10 short of a knockout, but Dusk Noir is a thing. So yeah, I can just easily, if I need to, if I can get the Starlink megaphone anyway, I could easily just use my freaking thing and just put it up there, and I can just usually use Sinister Hand, get some damage from, take a damage from here and put it up there, or I could move 100 there to the Garbodor and go from there, I guess. Yeah, the Sparkling Lobe is trying to aggravate me a little bit. My opponent gets a Professor's Letter. It says to use a Professor's Letter to get some fighting energy. It's weird that a deck like this is actually giving me a hard time, but it is. Go ahead and laugh, but you know, just sometimes the weirdest decks can give you a bit of a hard time. This deck is a fun deck, but it's going to take a long time for you to get a victory sometimes. And that it doesn't seem like opponent's a horrible player. Opponent decides to retreat, I guess. I guess my opponent does not want me to get a knockout if he can prevent it. My opponent looks like he's going to hit me for a bunch of damage, I would guesstimate. Yeah, hits me for 80, gets rid of my Mewtwo. That does stink. I could always get it back later. That's the beauty of Chum Card. That's the beauty of it. Do I need to get anything back with Duskull? I could end here, but I would rather. Alright, I'm gonna Ultra Ball here. Get rid of the Skyline, and I guess another Ultra Ball. What I'm gonna get here, I actually do not know. Another Trap Pinch, I guess. Because why not? None, you can never have enough Trap Pinch, I guess. Did I get the star? Yes, I did get the Starling Megaphone. Yay! Alrighty. That's always nice. I even got a Max Potion. Oh, that's even nicer. Rare Candy. Flygon. Everything is going right about meow. Sinister Hand. Here. Stone. Not 1,000 clicks anymore, but I think they could still do a better job with the click department. I do need DCE, so I will be taking a... Hey, hold on. Pause on me! Ah! What's going on here? Oh. Alright. Alright, let's grab my DCE. Let's use it again. My opponent just decides to give up, apparently. Why did he give up? I guess he was just tired of me taking forever or something. That's not... That sucks! Dude, what the hell? It's the middle of recording! Ah! Oh well, we do have a 25-minute game. And besides, we were facing pretty much a theme deck. Basically a Landerous Tornadus deck. So I guess it's not too much. I mean, it's pretty safe to say we probably would have won. You know, I think my opponent just gave up because he knew there's pretty much no way for him to be able to win at that point with his Garbodor out. I think it's more the fact he was being impatient, I guess. Maybe he didn't want to face a deck that he knew he was probably going to lose to. I don't know. Whatever, my MVP apparently was Mewtwo, and the real MVP was Dusknoir. And that perfect 10 Colors for 10 with a I'll start on the megaphone. Anyway, that's today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Please like, subscribe for future content. And I'll see you guys next time.